The Euphrates River is one of the most significant rivers mentioned in the Bible. It has been a lifeline for civilizations for thousands of years, and its drying up has raised eyebrows and sparked many theories. But before we dive into the current situation, let's take a step back and understand the historical and biblical importance of the Euphrates River. In Genesis 2 verses 10 to 14, the Garden of Eden is described as being watered by a river that splits into four headwaters, one of which is the Euphrates. This positions the Euphrates right at the heart of the biblical creation narrative. The Bible also mentions the Euphrates in prophecies. Revelation 16 verse 12 states, "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." This verse is often interpreted as a sign of the end times, a period of significant upheaval and change. Now let's move to the extraordinary claims about the sounds recorded underneath the Euphrates River. In recent years, there have been reports of strange and eerie sounds emanating from beneath the riverbed. Some believe these sounds are linked to a prophecy in the book of Revelation, specifically Revelation 9 verses 14 to 15, which says, "It said to the sixth angel who had the trumpet, 'Release the four angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates.' And the four angels who had been kept ready for this very hour and day and month and year were released to kill a third of mankind." These verses have led to speculation that the sounds could be those of chained fallen angels, as described in the prophecy. The idea of fallen angels being bound beneath the Euphrates River is both fascinating and terrifying, and has captured the attention of many who are interested in biblical prophecy and the supernatural. In some of the reported recordings, the sounds are described as metallic chains, eerie wails, and otherworldly noises. These recordings have sparked debates among scholars, theologians, and paranormal enthusiasts alike. While skeptics argue that there could be natural explanations for these sounds, such as geological activity or underwater currents, others believe that these sounds are indeed something supernatural. To understand the significance of these sounds and the drying up of the Euphrates, we must look deeper into the prophetic texts. Revelation 16:12, as we mentioned earlier, speaks about the river drying up to prepare the way for the kings from the east. This has been interpreted by some as a reference to a great battle or significant geopolitical events. The drying up of the Euphrates is not just a biblical prophecy, but also a current reality. In recent years, the river has been experiencing significant decline in water levels. Experts attribute this to a combination of climate change, dam construction, and water mismanagement. The once mighty river, which has supported agriculture and human civilization for millennia, is now facing an uncertain future. This environmental crisis has significant ramifications for the millions of people who rely on the Euphrates for their livelihoods. It also lends a sense of urgency and contemporary relevance to the ancient prophecies. Let's take a moment to reflect on the symbolic importance of the Euphrates in the Bible. In Jeremiah 51 verses 63 to 64, the prophet Jeremiah is instructed to tie a stone to a scroll and throw it into the Euphrates, symbolizing the fall of Babylon. The river, in this context, becomes a symbol of judgment and divine retribution. Another fascinating aspect is the connection between the Euphrates and the Garden of Eden. The river is described as one of the four rivers flowing out of Eden, placing it at the very heart of human origin according to the Bible. This dual role as both a source of life and a site of prophetic judgment makes the Euphrates a deeply symbolic and significant river in biblical narratives. As we consider the sounds reported from beneath the river, Some interpret this as a sign of the unfolding of divine plans and prophecies. It's a reminder that the spiritual and the physical worlds are often interconnected in ways we may not fully understand. The idea of fallen angels bound beneath the river evokes a deep sense of mystery and awe, prompting believers to remain vigilant and thoughtful about the times we live in. But how should we view these events and reports from a faith perspective? First, it's important to approach these claims with a sense of discernment. The Bible encourages us to test the spirits and seek wisdom. In 1 John 4 verse 1, it says, "Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world." This verse reminds us to be cautious and thoughtful in our interpretation of extraordinary claims. Second, we should consider the broader context of biblical prophecy. Prophecies often contain symbolic language and imagery, which can be interpreted in multiple ways. The sounds recorded beneath the Euphrates, whether natural or supernatural, can serve as a prompt for deeper reflection on the messages of the Bible and the spiritual lessons they convey. It's also worth noting that the Bible speaks of the end times as a period filled with signs and wonders, intended to prepare believers for the return of Christ. In Matthew 24, verses 6 to 8, Jesus describes the signs of the end times, including wars, famines, and earthquakes, but also reminds us not to be alarmed, for these things must happen before the end comes. So, what can we take away from the drying up of the Euphrates and the mysterious sounds reported beneath it? Firstly, these events can remind us of the impermanence of our world and the importance of staying spiritually prepared and vigilant. The environmental changes we witness today also serve as a call for responsible stewardship of God's creation. Moreover, these occurrences can deepen our appreciation for the rich tapestry of biblical prophecy and its relevance to our lives today. They encourage us to delve deeper into Scripture, to seek understanding, and to strengthen our faith. For those who might be skeptical, these events still offer valuable lessons about the interconnectedness of natural and human history and the ways in which ancient texts continue to resonate in our modern world. The Euphrates River holds a profound place in both historical and prophetic contexts. The reports of strange sounds beneath its waters and its current drying up are intriguing and thought-provoking. Whether viewed through the lens of faith or science, these events challenge us to reflect on our beliefs, our world, and our place in it. As we navigate these mysteries, let's remember the words of Psalm 46, verse 10. "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." This verse encourages us to find peace and reassurance in our faith, even amidst uncertainty and awe-inspiring phenomena.
If you enjoyed this video and want more insights into Bible prophecy, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Stay tuned for more enlightening discussions. Until next time, keep seeking the truth.